Hello everyone, it's Davi here again and welcome back to my tutorial on nodes part 7. This time we are going to start doing the final part of our tutorial, which is this stone piece here that goes behind our golden font. And since a lot of the techniques that I use to create these are the same ones that I use to make the golden part, I'm going to take this opportunity to just go over the workflow that I use when I'm creating these node systems. And first, I draw this without using any node. And then I just take a moment to plan ahead and do what I like to call thinking in nodes to create this inside my head for two reasons. First, we need to figure out if it's possible to to create these systems and make Harmony do all this art for you. So it helps to just plan ahead and taking your knowledge of nodes and create each step of this so you know this is possible. And second, because it's easier to do anything if you plan ahead, if you have everything planned and you know every step that you're going to do. Once you start doing it, it's going to be easier because it's all organized inside your head. So let's do that together. First, let's just focus on the stone face here. And the stone face is just a copy of our original drawing, so it gets the same shape. And we get this copy and put a apply peg transformation and a peg to send it back in 3D just behind our golden piece. And then we're going to need to expand it. And we've expanded stuff before. We used a matricize. So that's going to be easy. And then we're going to have, on this case, a big A, but it's going to be yellow. And we know how to change colors. We just use a color override or a color scale. So let's just use a color override here to make yellow look gray. Then we are going to do this shadow here. And that also looks pretty easy because it's a copy of our original drawing. And we're going to use an apply peg transformation to send it back and down with a peg. And then again, use a color override to get this yellow and make it look like it's a darker gray. So it looks like shadow. Finally, we are going to have this black stroke here to make it look cartoony. And this was actually the first thing that we learned. And it's pretty easy. It's just a matricize and a color scale with a value down to 0, so it looks completely black. And we send it behind the thing we want this stroke to be. So this face here is already planned and it sounds like it's gonna work. So let's go over this part here, which is the 3D part. And we already done this. We've done this when we were trying to make this golden face look solid. And it's just a whole bunch of copies stacked behind each other over and over again. And we can just use that same technique. But if you look closer, you're going to see that we have these different colors in here. And we can use a color scale to change colors. So we can just stack, let's just say 10 copies and use a color scale here. And then another 10 and another color scale with a value even closer to 0. And another 10 and another color scale and so on. So we have these 4 colors going darker and darker because the color scale that we're using on each of these stacks are closer and closer to 0, making it darker. Finally, we're going to use that stroke around it. And again, this was the first thing that we learned, so this is going to be pretty easy. And you notice that we have these details here, but don't worry about it now. I'm going to talk about them later because it's something we haven't learned yet. So on the next tutorial, we are going to take everything that we just planned and actually start doing. So I'll see you there. Bye.